friends to Learning Together. Before we get to our lesson for the day, I wanted to share with you a few announcements. Let's see what pops up first on the screen. Oh, this is my most exciting announcement. Are you ready? We are going to watch a movie together. Now listen, you can't come here and I can't come there. But what we're gonna do is from our homes, we're all gonna get together on Wednesday, the 23rd at 3:00 p.m. and we're going to watch The Star together. Now, if you were here last year for the Star Watch Party, you will know that it started in the sanctuary and we had all sorts of technical crazy problems and we ended up moving into the what's now called the Cumberland room, and we had popcorn and blankets and PJs. And so I invite you to head on over to our website. There's a few instructions. There's a few things you got to do, and including downloading this. Anyway, the instructions are on there. But I will start it, and then whoever's signed up to receive the link will receive the link at 2:45, and then we'll all get to watch the movie together, but from our own homes. So I hope you can join me and my family for that party. Next, our Advent Family Devotional has been coming out every Wednesday. This Wednesday will mark the fourth one, which will correspond with today's lesson. So make sure you're keeping an eye out for that. And then we're just going to take a break for a couple of weeks for the Family at Home Devotional. And of course, you can find that and just the Learning Together portion of our service on our YouTube channel. Speaking of breaks, youth group is on break until the new year, so stay tuned for more up-to-date details on youth group coming your way. And I think that's all of our announcements for the day, unless there's a surprise one that I'm not expecting. No, we're good. Okay. Whew. Let me get my special Advent treasure chest and my special table. Ooh, I can hear things. Can you hear that? Hear things rattling around in here. Let me get seated here on the chancel. Now, I've got my special Advent treasure chest, and let's take a look inside for today. Every week, I've been bringing a new Advent wreath to share with you. Now, this doesn't really look like a wreath, does it? Not exactly. Do you know what this box is? This box is actually my Lent prayer box. Remember when we built all those things to help us learn how to pray? And I just have a whole bunch of candles in here. Remember, our Advent wreath doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can just be the 4 candles for hope, peace, joy, and love. And then we put the 4th candle in the middle that we will only light on Christmas. So let's do that. We actually haven't had any proper candles to light this whole Advent season because I've been using, you know, pool noodles and other silly things. And so today we're actually going to light the candles. Maybe. We're going to light these candles. Maybe I'll just use this one. Now, does anyone remember the first one? The first one is our candle of hope. And remember, I brought the symbol of pregnant Mary as a sign of hope for the future. So there's Mary by the hope candle. Does anyone remember what the second one is? The second candle is peace. Thank you. I've got just a few people in the sanctuary with us this morning. So we've got the second candle, the candle of peace. And we use the star, remember, because if you followed my homework assignment, you will know that I invited you to lay out. I mean, we did have some stormy days, so all is forgiven if you didn't get a chance, but a chance to lay out and look at the stars and feel the peace of God. And then last week, we lit the candle of joy. I brought a little remnant. I've got my fun earrings on today. And I shared with you the animals, because animals just bring so much joy with them and make me so happy. And they remind me that I am a creature of God, part of God's creation, just like them. Now, today we also light the candle of love. Love. Love, love, love. I love love. Don't you love love? I love love. But actually, what is love? What is love? If you have an answer, can you type it in the chat box? Love, love, love. Maybe Laura will holler at me if she sees something. What is love? I don't know. How do you know you are loved? What does love feel like? What does love look like? What does love smell like? Does love have a taste? I don't know. Okay, I know that you can see me, but I can't see you. But wherever you are, I want to see what love, an action for love looks like. So, okay, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Love. I can't see you. Okay, we're gonna do it again. New posture. 1, 2, 3. Love. Oh, I can see some other people doing it too. It's how wonderful. Okay, last one. 1, 2, 3. Love. There's lots of ways to show and experience love, but that's kind of not what I'm thinking about today and not what I'm thinking about for our story. Love, 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 love. Now, I am going to teach you, or maybe you already know this word, but I want to share with you a very big word. It's not just a little word. Like love only has 4 letters, L-O-V-E. And even though it's a small word, it's hard to understand all the way. But I'm going to give you an even bigger word. Are you ready? And it's going to help us hopefully understand the littler word. Ready? Big word? Unconditional. What? Unconditional love. Unconditional. Does anyone know what that means? Maybe if there's a grown-up who knows, they could type it into the chat box. Or even if any of the grown-ups here have something to shout out, they can. What does unconditional mean? No strings. That was a good answer. I didn't even plant him here. He just works here. What does that one say, Laura? No barriers? Yeah. It means that there is nothing you can do to break that love. Unconditional love means that there's just a maximum amount of love without anything that can wreck it. And that's the kind of love we're talking about when we talk about the love of God. Now listen, I love my kids unconditionally. There's just nothing they could do to make them stop loving me. Now listen, I know you're watching. There is lots you can do that I don't like. There are lots of choices you can make that I disagree with, but none of those choices can interfere with my unconditional love, okay? And it's even true for all of you watching at home. I love you, and not just like a little bit, I love you unconditionally. Now listen, that means that sometimes you're gonna make choices I don't like, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna stop loving you. And that's exactly the same as it is with God. You are loved unconditionally by God. There is nothing you can do to make God love you more. There is nothing you can do to make God love you less. God loves you at the maximum amount. Like you can't even make God love you just like a little bit less or a little bit more. It's just at the maximum, totally full to the brim. And God loved us so much, God loves us so much, that he sent his love to earth in the form of Jesus so that we would know how unconditionally loved we are. Can you imagine that? Isn't that spectacular, amazing, wonderful? Wow, that's a lot of love. That doesn't mean that God likes every choice we make, but it does mean that God will love us no matter what our choices are. Now, the symbol that I brought for today for unconditional love, let's see, maybe I'll get a little bit closer on this one. This is Joseph. You can see he's got a lantern with him because he knows that it's very dark. Usually babies are born in the dark. I know mine were. And he knows that there's a big, long night coming up soon. And he's going to need some light to see what's going on there. So I brought Joseph because I was thinking about when Joseph found out what was going on with Mary, I bet he felt so scared. I bet he felt so scared. And you know what? That's not even just a guess. I know he felt scared because I read it in the Bible. But you know what else I read in the Bible? An angel came to visit Joseph too. And the angel reminded him how much God loves him. And Joseph was so filled up with the unconditional love of God that he was able to let that love spill out, and he was able to love Mary, even though things were really hard and scary. He let his unconditional love that he received from God be shared with her. And so Joseph was walking a path of love, just like you are walking a path of love, and I am walking a path of love. And we're even going to sing about this path of love. And so this is the last of our Advent songs for the season. So let's sing about walking the path of love.
Please sing with me, I am walking a path of love.